Hello and welcome to the world of physics. Today we're going to be talking about phase shifting. So first of all, let's begin with talking about light, also known as electromagnetic waves. Light comes in many different frequencies. Frequency is the amount of wave cycles per second. When the waves are closer together like this, they have a higher frequency. When they are further apart, a lower frequency. It's important to note that the length of the whole wave does not change, only the frequency.
How big are light waves?
Light waves have a huge range in size. They can be as small as 0.1 nanometers or many meters long. To the human eye, only a tiny amount of these light waves are even visible. Visible light waves can have a wavelength of 400 to 700 nanometers. That's only 1/1000th of a meter. If we look at the visible light spectrum, we see that the color blue has the highest frequency and the color red has the lowest. That means that when you see an apple like this, the light waves coming off of it have a lower frequency than a book that's blue. Let's do an experiment. We are going to increase the frequency of a light wave. It also kind of looks like we're compressing the wave, but keep in mind we're not changing the length of the wave as a whole, only the frequency. When the frequency is increased, its light becomes blue, and when decreased, its light is red, because the perceived color is determined by the frequency of the wave. Red, blue, red, blue. You get the point.
Okay, but why does that even matter?
I'm glad you asked. Did you know that stars look red to us? When scientists look at the sky through telescopes, they have found that the stars appear more red than they actually are. One of the most groundbreaking concepts of the 19th century was based off of this odd phenomenon. The conclusion that scientists have come to is that the light waves that come from stars are being stretched, meaning that the frequency is being decreased and therefore the perceived color becomes more red. This is all because the universe is expanding. Because the universe is getting bigger, everything in it is getting spaced further and further apart. And the light waves from planets millions of miles away stretch by the time that they reach us because they're being pulled apart by this expanding space. This is called redshifting, also known as the Doppler effect, coined by scientist Christian Johann Doppler in 1892. The Doppler effect is used to determine the rotation of stars and planets in other galaxies based on the frequency of the light waves that we receive. So we see redshifting when objects move away from Earth, but when a planet is rotating towards Earth, it appears more blue because the frequency is increasing and the waves are being compressed. This is called blue shifting. Astronomers can calculate the speed of stars and planets millions of miles away using this technique. Humans still have so much to learn to better understand our universe, and the Doppler effect will help us chart the growing distance between us and our neighbor galaxies and help us understand what direction and with what velocity the objects in our universe are moving.
Whoa.